Welcome, Sharron Rose. I am really excited to get to have you featured on our Empowering Educators Summit. You have so much wealth of knowledge to share. And I wanted to just tell you, it is especially meaningful for me to get to feature you because you've been such a personally important, meaningful mentor in my life, and facilitated my road into arts education, which then led into elementary education with incorporating the arts in it. And I'd love for you to just tell us about who you are and what you're doing.
Oh, that's a long story. It's a very long story.
Indeed.
The most important thing I want to tell you all today is the power of the arts in education to bring joy, to uplift, to just bring the sense of happiness and grace and power and self-esteem to your students.
Oh, I feel it.
I worked for many years with young audiences of New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Connecticut, and others. And I had a wonderful partner, Ramzi El Edlibi. We brought dance around the world and the mysteries of mythology to really, I think, thousands of schools. And the experience for me as an educator was profound. The ability to really uplift these kids through the arts. I can't even speak highly enough about it.
I was thrilled to get to see your work at the Berkeley School and so many others as well, just as an example of that. Do you want to share about that?
Yes. Well, the first thing you all should know is that, let's see, my background. I was a ballet dancer from 3 years old. I was a performer. My mother wanted me to go to Broadway. I trained in New York in modern dance with some of the great luminaries. And then I found Indian classical dance, North Indian classical dance. I was given a fellowship from the American Institute of Indian Studies and Smithsonian, and then another one, a Fulbright Senior Research grant to live in India. I had the great fortune of living with a legendary teacher, a female named Sitara Devi, who had been a Bollywood star, but was also actually at 12 years old called the Queen of Kathak, North Indian classical dance. And this was an ancient form that had been handed down through generation after generation from what was called guru or master or teacher to the student, the disciple. And I got to live with her in the ancient way, in the most traditional way. So day and night, she was teaching me this amazing tradition that is so sophisticated in its rhythm, in its story. And that's where even though I've been trained to go to Broadway and I knew how to put a Broadway show on, this was something so old and so rich, and the rhythms and the stories, we learned to embody all the beings in the stories, from the goddesses to the animals, all kinds of, so this really gave me this incredible foundation. I was there on and off over 5 years, and then had a career for a long time performing in New York and other places in Kathak. But I am what do they call me? Multicultural symbolist, educator, performer, choreographer, composer. And from that deep heritage, I then started looking at other cultures. I got very deep into ancient Egypt and have been reconstructing the music, dance, and ritual of ancient Egypt from the temples, and also Tibet. And also, so many, Hebrew systems, Gnostic, early Christian systems, seeing the symbolic connections between all of these cultures. What is it we have in common has been my passion. And so Berkeley, what we did, which was so much fun, you know, New York and that whole area is just filled with so many different cultures. I mean, like what are the, like 100 or something? And so Ramsey and I had a show, which you know very well, Jill, because when I left New York, you took my place. So,
Gratefully so.
so I really wanted to bring something special. So Ramsey and I went to all these schools, and we had a show that had, we did 12 cultures in about 45 minutes. We were doing assemblies. And somehow in that 45 minutes, we were also able to, like 2 or 3 times, bring the students up on the stage, quickly dress them in African clothes or in Hawaiian clothes or something that was from the culture, and have them dance with us and chant with us and really get them involved. Then we had this amazing opportunity to go to Berkeley School. And what they wanted was for a whole semester for us to come and work with each grade from kindergarten through 6th grade with a different culture of each class, each grade. And so I began by going to the school. We gathered, like, we'll start with 3rd grade, all the 3rd graders together. And I sat them in a big circle. And they all had crayons and paper, very important. And so I had them do, since I have such a deep connection with India, I had them do early on, close their eyes, taught them some very basic breathing exercises to just settle their minds. And then I had them close their eyes. I said, we're going on a journey. And I took them on what we call guided visualization journey into Africa or into India or into Egypt or into, one was Peru. And what else did we do? Oh, for the kindergartens, we did Ireland, and they became fairies and leprechauns. So I gave them a kind of guided visualization introduction to a story. And then when they opened their eyes, I said, okay, draw what you saw. And so they did. And then I had them share their drawings and talk about it. So that was the introduction. And then the teacher over the next, over the semester, read, or the class, depending on if they could read yet, stories and myths and teachings of these cultures. And then I also had the parents involved, because I always want them to have something to take home with them, like the first drawing. So we had the parents come in, and they helped make the costumes. We did tie-dyeing. We made actually little drums. We made all kinds of stuff that related to each culture. So the parents got involved too. And then Ramsey and I came for, I'd say, a few months, once a week, and we taught them a little performance. So, the 6th grade was Egypt. So they were doing, all this Egyptian stuff, and let's see, what grade was that? 4th grade, we did Greece. So we did recitation, like, of all the different Greek gods. Also, we did in Egypt, we did the same kind of thing, like Ra, the sun, force of life, things like that. And, we did the kindergartens, they were so cute with their little wings and their little leprechaun outfits. And we did Hawaii. That was a very interesting one because, I'm always looking to see what's going on with these kids. I have a lot of experience in the healing arts as well. So I have a kind of heightened perspective. And I was looking to see, what child really needs some help. So in the 4th grade, there was this little chubby girl, and she seemed a little marginalized. And I thought, okay. So when I described Hawaii, I said, I brought her over, And I stood her in front of everybody and I said, you see her? In Hawaii, she would be the most beautiful girl of all. They look like her. And this girl, she was so excited, she became the star of her classes performance. And we had other ones. Oh, one of the things, well, this is a different story, but I was brought into Queens to teach an Indian myth to a class. And that was over a whole semester too. And there was this little Hispanic kid, Mexican kid, who it was third grade and he hadn't learned to read. But in India, there is this really Ganesh, this elephant-headed god, remover of obstacles. And he fell in love with him. And he was so excited that he took he asked his grandmother who he lived with to take him to the library. And they got these early books, for young children, and he learned to read. Ganesh, the remover of obstacles, helped him.
Oh, because of the inspiration that you implanted.
Well, it's so much fun, to do rhythms and to do stories and act out animals and creatures and all kinds of stuff. I've not found anything like that.
It was what I witnessed was the complete involvement, the immersion of attention and just completely involved from all of the students. It was compelling.
Yes, and actually that school, the Berkeley School, it was packed when we did the assembly. The superintendent came. It was like a huge success for all involved. And that's what we want. We need it more than ever. And the arts have always been a way to bring cultures together through rhythm, through recitation, through story, through symbol. They really like doing in India, we call them mudras, right? So for example, the lotus flower in India looks like this. In Egypt, it looks like this, but it's universal. So I'm always looking for universal symbols that transcend one culture and that bring them all together.
That cultural wealth is such a compelling aspect of who you are and how you show up. And I've really been interested that you've kept so alive in it, that it has continued to morph through your professional life, and yet you're as immersed as ever in culture.
Well, it's, culture is, if all of us, if our children from early on could be educated this way, to really, well, one of the things I also saw during this period was how, like the Indian kids who were maybe even new to the country, right? When we did an Indian story, it was like you could see them, their chests lift, and this is my culture, and feeling maybe proud of it for maybe the first time in school.
Getting to shine in the culture. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's morphed over from more of the Indian, Tibetan, Egyptian influence, more towards than the Chinese. And the movement that you're going to share with us today is based in China. And I'm really curious about that journey.
Well, aside from being a teacher and this, I'm a filmmaker. I've made many documentary films. We have a company, Sacred Mysteries Productions and Sacred Mystery Distribution. I started with my husband in about 2000. And so we've done all these documentaries about body, mind, spirit, and about these different cultures. We traveled to Peru and we've done a lot of things. And I got how did it happen? I was going to interview, I thought I was doing a documentary about the energy field of the human body. That is not so, well, the physical is actually part of it. It's the basic part of it, but there's an energy field that surrounds and informs all life. Mm-hmm. And I went to this place in Massachusetts, Eastover, to interview a very famous Qigong master named Mantak Chia. And the owner, she had a whole big event on Qigong going on. And she said, well, you're here, why don't you interview everybody? Which I did. I always, try to respond to the moment. And the next thing I knew, it had all shifted into Qigong, which I only wish when I was doing so much work in the schools that I had that tool of Qigong, because it's incredible. Qigong is the modern formation of an ancient science of healing, wellness, and vitality that comes from the traditional ancient Taoist medical practices in China. The science and cultivation of life force energy is known as qi, life force energy.
Mm.
It's the energetic foundation of all Chinese philosophy, we all know the martial arts, Bruce Lee, etc., and traditional Chinese medicine, which includes acupuncture, herbal medicine, etc. And the art of Qigong, it's literally translated as energy skill. It's a practice of tuning and training one's body and mind to release blockages, to attune the body to an optimal flow with this universal energy. Actually, simply said, Qi is life force energy. This energy flows within our bodies and pervades all things in nature. Actually, quantum science these days has many analogies to the mysterious energy of Qi and the interaction with the universe itself. The nature aspect of this, and these days I'm a senior host on a show called healingourearth.com every Sunday morning, in which we are really talking so much about nature and the relationship with nature and food. To these days with the supply chain problems and all this, it's even more important than ever for us to connect and to connect our students and our children with the art of gardening, of taking a seed and planting it and watching it grow, like tomato plants. You can grow that outside in your, even in an apartment. And I'm very much involved with that. And so Qigong and the Taoist teachings is really about connecting us with nature. It empowers individuals to discover and reconnect with their innate healing capacities and their powers of productivity and creativity. In fact, this ancient healing methodology is currently being studied and used extensively by places like the Mayo Clinic, Kaiser Permanente, and the Veterans Administration as a complement to conventional allopathic medicine. These teachings serve as a gateway to reawaken and invigorate the ancient source of wisdom for mind, body, and spirit here in the West, unlocking the secrets of a practice that is profound, yet simple and accessible to everyone. I want to share with you today a bit of these teachings, some of the
exercises. We are so eager for you to share. And can I just mention that your eloquence of words is profound. And you also are an author and of published books, The Path of the Priestess, which is outstanding, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I'll tell you all, I'm 73 and I keep going. My dad, who worked till 93, he just said, never stop. And these days, the understanding I have of all these cultures and the beauty and the desire to bring this to our young people and everyone, I just feel is so important. So it inspires me to bring it forth. So I'm going to describe a bit about this exercise.
Please do.
So we're going to begin by sensing the energy field like that is like at the tips of your fingers when you stretch them out. We're going to sense that and we're going to clear it. And then we're going to bring in chi from the earth through what's called the central meridian, like up the spine, really. In traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture, it's called the central meridian, up the body and open to the sky. Then we're going to bring all the energy from the sky, the starlight and all that, down through our body into the earth. So we become like a conduit between the earth and the sky, receiving the energy from the earth and the sky. And then we're going to bring energy from, before that, we're going to do something where we imagine that we feel this energy flowing through us and then into our heart. And then it flowing down our arms, this light, so that in our palms, it's like having little flashlight coming from your heart out. And we're going to then scan our bodies and just sense if there's any, how we feel in our bodies, right? If there's any places that feel uncomfortable, et cetera. And then we're going to bring the chi and we're going to send it in to heal our bodies. Then we're going to bring it into what's called the 3 dantians or elixir fields. So yeah, that's what it's called, elixir fields. They're energy reservoirs. And so there's 3 of them. I mean, India, if anybody knows about India, there's 7 chakras, 7 energy sets, but this is only 3, which makes it pretty simple. So the first one is in the lower abdomen, which is the body's center of gravity and propels the chi throughout the body. So it's actually 4 fingers below your navel, the dantian. They always call that the major dantian. And then the second one, of course, is the heart, which is understood as the source actually in like Tibetan tradition and in the Taoist tradition, it's the source of your mind and where experience is processed, where you emit love. And what's fascinating about the heart in the Taoist tradition and the TCM tradition, the heart is called the emperor. So the heart is really, the pulse, it has that beat, the pulse of life. And then the third dantian is the pineal center.
Within.
And yeah, the third eye, it's called the eye of wisdom in many cultures. And this it plays an essential role in controlling and activating your inner vision. So it's the eye that sees in dreams. And it's also allows what we would call ESP or heightened sense perception. So we're going to be bringing energy into those. And then we're going to take energy. The last thing we're going to do is receive energy from the 6 directions: above, below, side, forward, and back. And we're going to remove all old, stale, yucky energy and bring in all this fresh, life-affirming energy. So this is what we're going to do.
And so we really are inviting the listeners to participate as you are going to take this into a standing practice.
Yes. Right? Yes, because, we can talk forever, but feeling, and I also want to leave you with something, even if you take a little bit of this to bring to your students, you'll see they really enjoy it. Oh, we also are going to do, I think, I'm the big bird. I fly in the sky.
And this is also part of the gift that you're sharing, right? Do you have a whole recording of this?
Yes, I have a recording that has some of these exercises, plus it's about 20-minute kind of Qigong workout to clear all. And that one, actually, we even like clear the meridians of the body. So it's just, so even if you just take the one with the energy from all the different the directions, if you do it every morning with the kids, you'll see it will have a wonderful effect. It will. I've seen it. And with adults, everybody, it gives you Qigong. When you go into it, it gives you a way to work with your own energy and to really learn to heal yourself. And that's very important. And also to get in touch with nature. We've been dealing with all this COVID. Well, what was one of the things that everyone said? We need vitamin D. We need to be out in the sun. We need to feel the fresh air. And so doing these exercises actually outside is really beneficial.
Did you want to share that video first, the little clip?
Oh, yes. That's right. I've been working on the project, which is, I'm releasing the first 2 episodes in September. There's a big World Congress on Qigong and Taoism, etc. And so in September, I'm going to release the first 2 episodes. But I'd love to show you the trailer for the episode 1, because it also brings you a little bit of understanding of what is Qigong. Okay.
Pause while you set it up.
Qi is the foundation of many healing arts. Qi is the foundation of many traditions in China. Life is from energy. Life is from Qi. And how about Qi? Where does the Qi come from? From love. From love of the universe.
What does Qi feel like? A buzz, tingling. You're so excited, full of energy, that you want to be playful all the time.
When the Qi flowing, you can feel like warm, expand, some tingling. Because Qi, when you move, it also have a power to heal.
When you're doing Qigong, what you're doing is cultivating life force within your body. You become a conduit for information, for new information to come into the body. And you connect to the Qi of the earth and the sky. You're simply a conduit.
In Taoist practice, you're harnessing this light, this energy, this Qi. And so when we cultivate that energy from within, that compassion, that joy, that love, we can shift our state, shift that emotional state into something that's elevated and not constricted.
Learn to shift from externally focused, searching for happiness, searching for meaning of life. You go inwardly, recognizing you have more access to life inside of you.
It's a discipline, a healing art, a way of training the body and mind, a meditation in motion, a medication in motion, a way of conditioning the body for martial arts, for sports, improving strength, stamina, balance, and coordination.
Yoga practitioners and teachers love Qigong. The Qi focus turns their attention to a much more awakened internal sensory awareness.
There's a sense of resting in a very natural, open, spacious, clear, luminous energy, which then carries you spontaneously and creatively through the movements and the flow.
Therein lies the ability of practicing Qigong to build up incredible force in the body for rejuvenation, longevity, self-healing, and healing others.
Qigong for everyone.
Qi is love.
Qi is light.
Qi is free. Qi is energy.
powerful testimony to your filmmaking abilities.
Oh, thank you.
That's debuting in September.
Yes. Yes.
That is to be on the lookout for. And if they want to make sure to connect with you, let's just put that out there right now so they can write it down while they're sitting. So Quantum Chi, QI movie.com is to be on the lookout.
TUMQI movie.com. They could write to me at quantumchimovie@gmail. I think that's it. And or see me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/quantumchi. We also have a Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/quantum QI energy.
Excellent. And anybody can start at any age, right? It doesn't have to be that you have to be a master to approach this.
Qigong is being used, as I said, in hospitals these days, kind of more progressive hospitals, I would say, as a complement to, Qigong, you can sit and do Qigong. You can lie in bed and do Qigong. So it's a really enlivening, refreshing practice. For any age.
Excellent. Well, do bring us through it.
Okay. Here we go. So let's just begin by taking a few deep breaths. And as you do that, just like take in the breath, lift your arms, and then again. Once again. Now shake, just shake, and let all your worries, all your thoughts, negative thoughts, all your stuff, just shake it, shake them out, shake them out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now we begin. So have your feet, and this is called parallel position, so right under your hips. And we're going to just relax down, bend your knees, and feel your tailbone as though you have a giant tail, like a dragon, and it's going all the way to the center of the earth. And like bounce a little bit and feel that tail down at the center of the earth. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to, from the earth, we're going to gather chi. So we're going to come down and imagine you're bringing this light and you're bringing it up, all the way up through your spine, all through your heart, all the way up, and you open to the sky. And then it's like you're gathering all the starlight, and you're bringing it into the top of your head, down that same channel of your body, the central meridian. Let's do that again. You bring in and up the chi, this light, imagine light pouring from the earth up through your body, and it's going out to the sky. And then you're receiving the light from the sky, from the stars, and it's coming down, down into your body, into that central channel. Now, let's do this again. And now you're going to breathe in the light and breathe out open to the sky, and then breathe in and breathe in the whole sky. And have it come down the top of your head, into your body, and down. And let's do that again. Breathe the energy, the light, the chi, the life force from the earth up through this central channel of your body, and breathe out. And then again, breathe in the whole sky into, so that you become this conduit of light between the earth and the sky. Yes. Now bring your hands right here. This is what I refer to as the elixir field. This is the lower dantian, right here. Fourth finger, if you get your navel, 4 fingers right below that. And just feel that dragon tail again. And let your knees bend and bounce a little bit and feel that center. Yeah. And then let's move up to the heart. So now just close your eyes a moment and even just feel the beating of your heart. Get in touch with your heart. The emperor. Yeah. And then up to your upper dantian, your third eye. We can even make it like an eye. We like that. We can do this like an eye. Yeah. Ooh. Look around. Ooh. All right. Now, hands back. We're going to bring the chi into these centers. So we start by bringing your arms back, around, gathering. It's called gathering chi. Gather all the energy and bring it into your third eye. And then we're going to turn your hands around and we're going to let go of all bad thoughts, negative energy, and we're going to take it and bring it right down into the ground. Like you're pushing it out. Let's do that again. So you bring your arms around, gather, hugging, and then into your third eye. And then let go, release all kinds of yuckiness from yourself. One more time. So you're going to breathe in. And breathe out. So all of you out there, we're taking a break for a moment because what I want to tell you is that, we're talking about releasing all this old yucky energy that's no longer serves you, all your like aggravation and all of those thoughts and all of that, achiness. You're just going to let it go into the earth. Now, some people say, oh, we're already treating Mother Earth so badly. But in the Taoist tradition, why would we, let people say, why would we release all our yuckiness into the earth? But in the Taoist tradition, this really what happens is that the earth loves this energy from you. And the earth, Mother Earth, transmutes it into light, this chi, this light that we're working on. So let's go on now to the next part. So here we are. And now we're going to bring this life force, this light, into our hearts. The place of love, the place of grace. So again, we're going to do a big, like you're really hugging someone, bringing all that light and bring it right into your heart. And then any heartache, any sadness, just let it go into the ground so Mother Earth can transform it. We'll do it again. Around into your heart. Ah, feels so good. And then down. And we're going to breathe in, chi into your heart, feel it there for a moment, and then breathe out, letting go. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm writing a song now. It goes, breathe in the light, let it fill your body, nourishing your cells. Breathe out the pain, release your sadness, your worries and your fears. Now let's go. We're going to bring it into our lower dantian. So again, like you're giving a big hug, embracing, gathering the chi right into this very powerful, and your knees are bent, this very powerful center that grounds you. Again, around and in. Feel your knees bend, your tailbone down. Let's do it again. We're going to breathe in the chi. Feel it there, and let any of this that's left over, let it go into the ground. And now we're going to become a big bird. The big bird that flies in the sky. So we're going to start, our hands are on our dantian, and we're going to, like a bird, spread your wings just about the lower dantian area and let it go. So you're going to breathe in and out. And in, feel that energy all the way to the tips of your fingers. And let all that yuckiness again out. Now we're getting rid of a lot of it, but maybe there's still some more. One more time. Breathe in and out. Now we're going to do the same thing from our middle dantian, our heart. So we're going to come up, fly, and down. And you bend your knees when you go down. So when you go up like a bird, you straighten your knees, and you can even go up, and then you go down, back to your heart. Let's do it again. Breathe in the chi, fly, and breathe out. Imagine you're this giant bird. One more time. Breathe in. And out. Now we're going to go up, all the way up to the third eye. And this time we're really going to fly. We're going to go down and all the way up, even up on your toes, flying, and then down. Bend your knees again, all the way from your eye, up, and then down. We breathe in and breathe out. Let's fly together. Up and down. Spread your wings. Imagine that your hands have this sparkling light around that, just spreading out to the whole universe. One more time. Up, and down. Now, I promised you we were going to do gathering from all the directions. So this is also a really good one by itself to do with your students. So hands on the lower dantian, Bend your knees, feel your tailbone drop. Also feel your spine, bring your consciousness in and like feel all the way up your spine and your head. And make sure, we look at computers all day, we get like this. So we want to let the back of the head, the chin lower and the back of the head kind of lengthen, right? So from here, we're going to straighten our legs, reach up, and then we're going to like grab, like pulling the energy down, right down through our head into our heart. And we're going to push away again, all that stuff we don't want. And then we're going to do it again. Down. Feel the light coming all the way down from the top of your head into your heart. Breathe out. And breathe in the light. And breathe out. And breathe in the light. And then we're going to do that to the earth. Down, all the way down. Bring the light up again to your heart. And release. Let go. Breathe in the light. And breathe in. Feel that luminous radiance from Mother Earth right into your heart and let go. One more time, up into your heart. Now we're going to go to the side. So we're pushing away, breathing out. We push away, same thing, negative energy and yuckiness, etc. And then we're going to grab this beautiful light right into our heart and out. And breathe in and nourishing our heart. And breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. Remember, we're nourishing the emperor. We could also call it these days the empress. So then we're going to go forward, pushing out anything. I always think of this as like the future, any negative from the future. And we're going to bring in all the wonderful things that we can imagine happening in the future for us. And breathe out any fear and breathe in the light, the glowing light of Mother Nature, the healing light of Qi. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Letting go of any fears about the future. These days, we really can use that one. And then in, now we're going to go to the back. So I always think of the back like as the past. So we're going to let go of any old patterns, any old stuff from the past. So we're going to go. Take it out, push it back, and then breathe in again to the heart. Breathe in the light, all the wonderful things that have happened in the past. So breathe out and bring in the light. Think of all the joyous things in your life. Bring them back. And let go of all the terrible things that you might think are terrible, but every experience is a learning experience. So we're going to bring in all the wonderful things that you've experienced in your life. And one more time, breathe out and breathe in. And now we're going to finish with, we're going to make this shining ball of energy. Like imagine that your fingers have light pouring out from them. Sometimes they see it as flames, right? All around you to protect you, making a shield of protection around you. And then bring that shield down. So let's do that. Breathe in. Feel like you're stretching to the ends of the universe. And then send the light out from your heart, through your hands, to everyone, all those you love. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. One more thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands up. Imagine from your heart that it's like this light is pouring down your shoulders into the palms of your hands. And you're going to, again, like you have these flashlights coming out of your hands, and you're going to breathe in, bring up the light, and then you're going to turn them in, and you're going to bring healing light from the earth, from the sky, from all around you. First, into your head, like you're radiating light into your head. Then to your eyes. My eyes are open, wide open. I see the world from beauty. Then to your nose. Breathe in, I breathe in really fresh air. To your mouth. All the words I speak are to help people. Then into your chest. My lungs are feeling so good, breathing in this light of nature, of the universe. Then into your heart. My heart is strong. My heart is healthy. And then down into your lower dantian, where you bring your hands together like this. Close your eyes a minute. Feel the chi, the energy all around you.
Wow. No wonder you're so radiant, Sharron.
No, I tried.
Your living testimony.
Aroma. I just feel that these practices, and there's so many more, there are even practices where you, for each of the main organs, where you sound these, like you visualize all your issues from, and then you use these sounds that resonate with the organs, and then you release all of that and open yourself to a whole new vision of reality and a happy, joyous life.
And it really, you are an example of, once you invite in that creative flame, that spark of the living spirit, and express it creatively, then it flows from one thing to another, because then you're a writer, then you're a singer, then you're a dancer, then you're a speaker, and our confidence can grow just as you are radiating that multiplicity of talents. So can we.
Yes, yes. I'm here to tell you that it really takes, what it takes is focus. It takes discipline. It takes getting away from our devices that are really having strange effects on our minds. You know, there's positive things, look, we're on this, but I'm finding that with children, they're so obsessed with it. It's hard they get addicted. And all of these practices, you know, they put you in touch with the natural world, and a way to just feel your energy and enhance your energy. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, we need like a counter. That's the same thing I feel about gardening, and having, you know, every school should be growing a garden. Every child, like, I think what I've read is that, you know, the amount of farming, people don't even understand anymore. I mean, I heard about schools in Boston where the kids thought that milk came from the supermarket. So we're actually about to get some cows. So we need more than ever to connect with nature. And have joy, because we're being inundated with fear and these things. And there's so many incredible teachings from so many ancient traditions and cultures all over the world. And, you know, we talk about this globalism, and we talk about, you know, what's going on in education these days. And, you know, I'm on a campaign with Healing Our Earth to really bring nourishing. Yeah, in my song I'm writing, it goes, nourishing, nurturing, feel the healing light. Nourishing, nurturing, feel the radiance. Nourishing, nurturing, feel the beauty of chi energy.
Oh, you just have so many gifts to share. I'm thrilled that you're giving us a Vimeo that we can practice this in our own space in order to get comfortable to be able to bring it to others. And when we say yes, that's the sacred yes to this creative impulse that integrates and unifies our mind, body, spirit, as you clearly exemplify. So did you also provide the link to Healing Our Earth in your link?
That's just healingourearth.com. I'm on almost every Sunday interviewing people. And last week I taught this wild dance of the goddess Durga, who defeats all the demons. We need her now. And so you never know what it's going to, but we have a lot of programs on healing. We have vegetarian cooking shows where we talk about gardening a lot and herbal remedies and lots of celebrations. We have shows on dance. So it's really fun. And I'm generally hosting from about like 11 Mountain Time to about 1, sometimes it goes till 2, depending. And we'd love to have you join us. We're a worldwide community, really in all different countries, people contributing from everywhere, from all different disciplines. So,
and they would go to healingourearth.com, and there would be the link to be able to join.
And you can watch, actually, you can go there and watch shows from the past too.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
One more thing.
Yes.
Anybody interested, soon I'm going to start teaching actual dance classes embodying the divine feminine in cultures all around the world.
Sign me up.
Online and in person, because I'm getting requests. You know, they always say when you start getting requests, it's time to start teaching again. So I've just been so blessed to have amazing teachers in all these traditions, people who really have been in these lineages. And I'm just filled with gratitude for that. And I want to share that with all of you.
Well, as we give, so do we receive. And clearly you are such an abundant giver, because there's so much being channeled into you and through you to share.
Thank you.
Deep namaste to you, my special friend and mentor. What a difference.
I always like to say
personally.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to say to all of you, namaste, bon nuit. Let's see, salam alaikum, any other ones I can think of, ni hao, that's Chinese, you know, to all of you out there, you know, let's work together. Yes. Let's give our children a world of joy, a world of fun.
Let's transform, let's integrate mind, spirit, and body as
in all education, worldwide.
Yes. Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jill.